Her graduates are Entrepreneurs Academy. She's an entrepreneur, community leader, workforce development professional, licensed insurance representative, and the founder of Young Gifted Hustler. Follow her. Amazing. I love following her, of the things that she's doing for the community. Very inspiring on her page. She has supported initiatives connected to more than 1 million in grant opportunities, partnerships, and community programming efforts. Her work has contributed to workforce development, youth engagement, entrepreneurship, education, nonprofit growth, and community impact initiatives throughout Chicago and beyond. Last year, she was recognized as Association Chicago's 2025 Philanthropist of the Year. Jade is the creator of the Streams framework, a system designed to help individuals, entrepreneurs, and organizations move from survival to structure by identifying strength, aligning resources, creating sustainable income streams, and building long-term economic opportunities. Through her work, she helps people build systems that protect purpose, strengthen communities, and create impact that continues long after they are gone. Let's welcome Jade Crossfront. Here's my survival story. Been through hell and the fire. Now we're gonna take it higher. Here's my survival story. So many reasons to sing now, because we got the keys to the kingdom.
That's right.
Shout out to my sis, Prayer Cipher, Vanessa. She understands. We gotta sing in order to confirm what we've been given for our messages. So thank you, Phil, for the opportunity to keynote speak today. And congratulations to everyone a part of Fleet 8. Let's give you a round of applause. Congratulations. I know it was a long 12 weeks. I was in this cohort, Fleet 2, I believe. That's the fleet that I was, okay, Fleet 2. I had 3 of my babies. Sometimes I had to bring them to class with me. They would sit in the back. I would go back and forward, but I was still able to get everything that I needed to get in order to do what I needed to do. So thank you for that and that opportunity, and all of, especially Miss Evelyn and everybody who was there then. So before I get into whatever message, I give, receive it where it needs to. But I want you to think of one person who has spoken your names in rooms that you may not have even thought about before they said, hey, this person referred you, or somebody who gave you an opportunity that you wouldn't have normally been able to have, or somebody who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself, when you couldn't even see it. When someone told you, oh, I can see you doing this, and it was something that you never even thought about. Think about that person and keep that person in your pocket. And we'll come back to that person. Just remember them and send gratitude and thanks to them, because without them, you probably wouldn't have the courage to be who you are or be where you are today, okay? So during my entrepreneurship journey, in the early beginning, let me give you a little bit of my background. My name is Jade Cross French. Okay, we know that I'm a mom of 3. Okay, we said that I was a wife, but I also just always had a dream to help my community and make a difference. And I didn't know in what way I would do that. I just know from graduating high school, I love God, and I wanted to do what He wanted me to do for my communities. So during that time, before I came to EA, I just knew how to build relationships, how to align with people who also wanted to do some impactful work in the community or mission-based work, or if they had a calling that they would be able to align with me, we could partner and make the thing happen. Which, by the accomplishments, $1.something million have been generated in grant opportunities because of that work and that alignment. But before Entrepreneurs Academy, you know that song, she just be giving it out. You're right, that's what I was doing, right? So being able to come into understanding what frameworks I was working with, having the business model canvas from Entrepreneurs Academy is really what helped me understand, like, hey, I really do have a gold mine here, and I can understand why what I'm doing for other people is helping other people, but it's not helping me because I didn't have the structure. So coming into and after graduating from my fleet program, I was able to utilize that relationship building skill that I had and take that and collaborate with a lot of my classmates. We had photo shoots, we started business ventures together, we collaborated on events and all types of things, and being able to refer people back to where I graduated from, that gave me so much information. So through all of those connections, remember that one person I told you to remember? I met one person in class, and his name was Denard Allison. He's no longer here with us today. However, during the time from the time we graduated up until he passed away last year on May 18th, we were able to build and just grow and bounce things off of each other. And Denard was a handsome man, so all the women loved him. So he can go into the alderwoman's office and just use his, just to get, what we needed to get done. And he'll set it up and he'll be like, Jay, go finish the rest. And that's what we did. We had the opportunity to partner with NASCAR for a no-motor go-kart program. And some of the things we did hit it, and some of the things we did should have just stayed on paper. But that was my one person that I was able to accomplish a lot of these things with. And we had so many different growth opportunities, but the thing that we didn't have was the information and the systems and the resources to get those systems in order for us to steward those blessings that we were getting, right? So that's the story of, just being chaotic, surviving, but still being able to grow while you're surviving, because we can make survival look good. Resilience is just a fancy word for survival, okay? So it sounds glorified, but how many times do we have to be resilient before we get it together, before we set up a system that is predictable for us to get the results that we know should be happening based on numbers, based on the metrics that we have in our systems, and based off of strategies that's used and that were used before us to accomplish what it is, the numbers, the income, the revenue in our businesses that we need. Even in our nonprofit organizations, what systems have you created for you to be able to sustain the results and to also be granted more income and revenue for you to continue those missions? So that was the biggest thing. We were going fast, we didn't have structure, and each time we poured out, we were partnering with different people, we were giving away our ownership. Because we didn't have the proper systems, we couldn't really protect what it is that we were building. So we weren't able to protect the system. Somebody said, oh, you got this program, it's just out. Oh, this is how she does her spreadsheets, this is how, and we were able to give it out. And granted, I wouldn't take anything back. I would keep it the way it was, because we were able to set seeds that are now growing, that we can take credit for, that we can document on paper, and that we can continue to help other people with the same systems continue to grow with, okay? But the three things that I want to leave you all with is that we need to be able to steward the blessings and the resources that we have, know where to properly place them. And then we need to structure it. We structure things by creating a system around them. And then the last thing is protection. And protection, in this case, I feel like that one person didn't have the protection around the vision like we needed. We did need life insurance. We did need the systems in order to store all of the frameworks that we were creating and didn't know what to name it, or didn't know how to put a name to it until it was too late. We didn't protect all of that the right way the first time. But like Phil said, that second quarter, that fourth quarter, we can get it right. So now the second half of building what it is that we were building, and this is only 3 years later. This wasn't 10 years ago. This was 3 years later where we've been able to accomplish all of these things. And now being able to go through that, create something and a foundation that will not only help myself grow and our organizations grow, Young Gifted Hustler grow, J. Cross French, myself as a brand grow. But everyone in here should be able to grow by just even knowing those three things. You need to steward what you have, you need to structure your processes and your systems, and then you need to protect it. And that's your intellectual property, that's your energy, that's your time. All of those things are included when I say protection, and not just protecting the life of anybody you may be partnering with. Because that's called the key holder. You know, now we got the keys to the kingdom. Okay? And I conclude.
Amen.